I'm coming out to you, Beck. Here I come, mate. Nice and easy. You're tied in, mate.
Well, let's see. Grandma, what did you think of Everest?
I thought it was fabulous. I'm awfully glad that we went to a 3D theater to see it because I can't even imagine. The pictures of the mountain were fabulous, and every now and then they would actually let us look up at the top
Right.
of the mountain to see what the destination, where they are wanting to go. So, as far as the camera work and the presentation of what climbing Mount Everest would mean, I thought the filmmakers did a superb job of showing that to us. Those of us who are flatlanders and can't understand why anybody would want to do this.
Yeah, I don't
They
I would want to do it.
They also did a really good job of presenting the mountaineers' passion for what they were doing. This passion for conquering the highest mountain in the world. Anyone who has reached the top of Mount Everest is famous. Goes into the books as a superior mountaineer. Once again, I had to hold my breath a lot of the time because it was so intense. And especially once they actually started climbing toward the summit, that last day when they had predicted that, okay, we'll make it to the summit at whatever time it was, 2:00 in the afternoon. But then, as several of the climbers had mentioned, the mountain has the last word. The mountain has the last word. You can plan, you can train, you can do everything that you can do humanly possible to prepare for this.
And make it safe, sort of.
Yes, and make it possible,
Right.
even. But the mountain, the storm that came and changed their plans totally. The mountain was speaking. I thought it was fabulous. I'm very glad to recommend it. Yes, if you're brave enough, you can go. What did you think, dear?
Well, I think again, it's a good movie. However, you have to go into a movie like this, and you've seen any film about climbing mountains and stuff. You can sort of guess most of it in terms of the story. They're going to have trouble. There's going to be a little avalanche. There's going to, people are going to get frostbite. I mean, it's all known. I mean, pretty much what's going to, the sort of things that are going to happen. I mean, so, there's not going to be very much new in the way of a story. So in this particular case, what you really are getting, and what's really impressive, is the spectacle. Again, I think you're definitely right about seeing it in 3D. It also is around in IMAX. If you're seeing it in IMAX, it would be the same thing. But the spectacle you get of this, the climb, and the mountain, and the weather, even everything like that, through the 3D eye, you might say, is very well done, and it really puts you there, and it's really impressive and really something to recommend. As good as the actors and everything were, I mean, they weren't really used, frankly, that much. There were so many climbers, and that really only a couple of them.
That
Their stories were focused on a little bit, and you got to know them a little more than the others.
But the climbing was the focus, really.
Really, the climbing, the mountain, again, all of that was the focus.
Right.
And again, it could have been done poorly, but in this case, it was done very well. And again, it's really something to see and experience in 3D. That's, again, really the thing to recommend. I mean, we've talked in other reviews about, oh, well, you know, in this case, is 3D really necessary? Was this, you know, did it really make a difference? Well, in this case, it really made a difference.
One of the climbers mentioned climbing McKinley.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, been there, done that. You know, the other climber was, oh, yeah, you know, McKinley.
So in a way, there's nothing new here except for the way it's presented, the way it's photographed, and the way you know, you get to see the climb and follow along with the climb. That is very well done and very
and at the beginning it says this is based on a true story.
Mm-hmm.
And I have heard, you know, in news reports of expedition and expedition and expedition. You know, this is not the first and only story of climbing Mount Everest where there has been problems. You know, that you almost begin to expect it. You know, if they're going to climb Mount Everest, things are going to happen.
Well, I mean, any mountain. I mean, again, not necessarily Everest. I mean, again, the story is sort of predictable in that you know that the things that are going to happen if you're up on a mountain, and you got all of it here.
But this particular mountain is extremely dangerous, isn't it? I mean,
well, it's the tallest mountain in the world, so yeah, it's a little dangerous.
Well, and their explanation is, you know, how human beings are not made to be able to breathe up there at 25,000 or 28 or whatever, wherever it was we finally ended up. You know, our physical setup is made for ground level. You know, I mean, down here, I was thinking about how they call Denver the Mile High City.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's just 5,000 feet. I mean, come on. These guys were up there at 25, 28,000.
Right.
Where airplanes fly.
Well, then, Grandma, overall, what would you say? What
yes, I think it's a fascinating and fabulous story, very well presented. And if you are able to, please do see it in 3D or IMAX or something that really presents the film, the product of the filmmakers in its very best light, because it was, I mean, Mount Everest is a fabulous mountain. Just looking at it is impressive. You know, much less trying to climb it.
Yes.
Yes, I give it 2 thumbs up. Yes.
Okay. Well, I recommend it too. It's quite involving and
yes.
exciting. Yes.
Very, very good film.
Okay.